Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about a book that will change your life forever. It's called How to Talk to Anyone by Lyle Lowndes. This book is a game changer, and it will teach you how to communicate effectively and make a great first impression. Lyle Lowndes is an internationally recognized speaker and best-selling author. In this book, she shares her secrets on how to become a master communicator. If you're shy or introverted and struggle to start a conversation, this book is perfect for you. Chapter 1: The Basics of Communication. Chapter 1 of How to Talk to Anyone by Lyle Lowndes is all about the basics of communication. Lowndes starts off by explaining that communication is not just about words, it's also about body language and tone of voice. She goes on to say that the way we communicate can have a big impact on how others perceive us, and that it's important to make a great first impression. One of the key tips Lowndes shares in this chapter is the importance of smiling. She says that smiling is the most important thing you can do to make a great first impression. Smiling makes you look friendly and approachable, and it's a great way to put people at ease. Lowndes suggests that you practice smiling in front of a mirror until it becomes second nature. Lowndes also talks about the importance of eye contact. Eye contact shows that you're interested in what the other person is saying and that you're paying attention. Lowndes says that you should maintain eye contact for at least 80% of the conversation. She suggests that you practice making eye contact with strangers in public places like coffee shops or supermarkets. In addition to smiling and eye contact, Lowndes also discusses the importance of body language. Our body language can communicate more than our words ever could. Lowndes suggests that you stand up straight and hold your shoulders back, as good posture conveys confidence and makes you look taller and more attractive. She also says that leaning forward slightly can show that you're interested in what the other person is saying. Lowndes also talks about the importance of tone of voice. The way you speak can have a big impact on how others perceive you. Lowndes suggests that you practice speaking slowly and clearly, as this conveys confidence and helps others understand you better. She also suggests that you vary your tone of voice to keep things interesting. Another key tip Lowndes shares in this chapter is the importance of making a great first impression. Lowndes suggests that you dress well and make sure that your appearance is neat and tidy. She also suggests that you do some research on the person you're going to be talking to, as this can help you find common ground and make a connection. Finally, Lowndes talks about the importance of being aware of your surroundings. She suggests that you pay attention to the people and things around you, as this can give you something to talk about. Lowndes also suggests that you use props to start a conversation, such as a book or a piece of jewelry. Overall, Chapter 1 of How to Talk to Anyone is a great introduction to the basics of communication. Lowndes provides practical tips and advice on how to make a great first impression and communicate effectively with others. By following the tips in this chapter, you'll be well on your way to becoming a master communicator. Before we continue, I want to take a quick moment to ask you to subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every week, and by subscribing, you'll be notified when we upload our latest content. If you're enjoying this video and want to see more like it, please hit that subscribe button now. You can also click the bell icon to never miss an upload. Thanks for your support. Chapter 2: The Power of Body Language. In this chapter, Lowndes discusses the importance of nonverbal communication in making a great first impression and building relationships. Lowndes begins the chapter by explaining that our body language can communicate more than our words ever could. She says that the way we stand, sit, and move can convey confidence, interest, and even attraction. Lowndes gives several examples of how body language can affect how others perceive us. For instance, she says that slouching can make us appear lazy or uninterested, while standing up straight can convey confidence and authority. Similarly, crossing our arms can make us appear closed off or defensive, while keeping our arms at our sides can make us appear more open and approachable. Lowndes also discusses the importance of eye contact in non-verbal communication. She says that maintaining eye contact is essential for building trust and rapport with others. Lowndes recommends maintaining eye contact for at least 80% of the conversation, and says that looking away too often can convey disinterest or dishonesty. In addition to eye contact, Lowndes discusses the importance of facial expressions in non-verbal communication. She says that a smile is the most important expression we can use to make a great first impression. Smiling makes us appear friendly and approachable, and can put others at ease. Lowndes also discusses the role of touch in non-verbal communication. She says that touch can be a powerful way to build rapport and convey warmth and friendliness. Lowndes recommends using light, non-threatening touches, such as a handshake or a gentle pat on the back, to show that we are interested in the other person and that we are paying attention to them. Finally, Lowndes discusses the importance of mirroring in non-verbal communication. Mirroring is the act of subtly imitating the other person's body language, such as their posture or gestures. Lowndes says that mirroring can help build rapport and create a sense of familiarity and comfort between two people. Chapter 3: The Art of Conversation. Lowndes explains that good conversation is about more than just talking, it's about listening and asking the right questions. She provides tips on how to be a good listener, including making eye contact, nodding, and asking follow-up questions. She also provides tips on how to ask good questions, including open-ended questions that encourage the other person to talk. The chapter begins by discussing the importance of listening in a conversation. Lowndes explains that good listeners are more likable and engaging, and they tend to make better impressions on others. She notes that being a good listener involves more than just hearing what the other person is saying. It also involves paying attention to non-verbal cues, such as facial expressions and body language. Lowndes provides several tips on how to be a good listener. One of her tips is to maintain eye contact. Looking someone in the eye shows that you're interested in what they're saying and that you're paying attention. Lowndes suggests that you should try to maintain eye contact for at least 80% of the conversation. Lowndes also recommends asking follow-up questions. Asking questions shows that you're interested in the other person's thoughts and feelings. Follow-up questions can also help to clarify what the other person is saying and encourage them to elaborate on their thoughts. In addition to being a good listener, Lowndes notes that asking good questions is also important in a conversation. She explains that asking open-ended questions is one of the best ways to encourage the other person to talk. Open-ended questions are those that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. Instead, they require the other person to provide more information and can lead to a more interesting and engaging conversation. Lowndes provides several examples of open-ended questions, such as "What do you think about?" and "Can you tell me more about?" These questions encourage the other person to share their thoughts and feelings and can lead to a deeper and more meaningful conversation. In addition to asking open-ended questions, Lowndes suggests using feel, felt, found statements. These statements involve acknowledging the other person's feelings, sharing a similar experience you've had, and then providing a solution or insight you've discovered. For example, you might say, "I understand how you feel. I've felt the same way before. But what I found is that..." These statements show empathy and can help to build rapport with the other person. Lowndes also notes that it's important to avoid asking closed-ended questions, which are those that can be answered with a simple yes or no. Closed-ended questions can make the other person feel like they're being interrogated and can lead to a less interesting conversation. Finally, Lowndes provides tips on how to end a conversation. She notes that ending a conversation on a positive note is important because it leaves a lasting impression. Lowndes suggests using a bridge statement, which is a statement that bridges the conversation to a future meeting or conversation. For example, you might say, "It was great talking to you. Let's grab coffee sometime and continue the conversation." Chapter 4: The Fine Art of Small Talk. Lowndes explains that small talk is often the first step in building a relationship with someone. It's a way to break the ice and find common ground. She says that small talk is not meaningless chatter, but rather an opportunity to learn about someone's interests and personality. Ask open-ended questions, instead of asking closed-ended questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no. Lowndes recommends asking open-ended questions that encourage the other person to talk. For example, instead of asking, "Did you have a good weekend?" ask, "What did you do over the weekend?" Share your own experiences. Lowndes says that sharing your own experiences can help to build a connection with the other person. However, she cautions against dominating the conversation and suggests keeping the focus on the other person. Chapter 5: How to Talk to Strangers. In the 5th chapter of How to Talk to Anyone, Lowndes discusses how to talk to strangers. She explains that talking to strangers can be scary, but it's also an important skill to have because it can lead to new opportunities and friendships. Lowndes gives tips on how to approach strangers, including using a smile and making eye contact. She also gives tips on how to start a conversation, including asking about the other person's interests and complimenting them. Lastly, we would appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Your likes help us to reach a wider audience, and it also lets us know that we are creating content that you enjoy. Thank you again for watching, and we hope to see you in our next video.